And now Dan Marco joins us from Phoenix along with Katie and Michelle Marco, Zach's sisters. I'd like to say good morning to all three of you and our condolences, of course, before we begin here.
Good morning and thank you.
Dan, can I ask you, how did you come up with that idea?
I came up with this idea because I don't sleep. I have plenty of time to think. And I know that the Tempe Police Department is doing their best. They have 12 detectives working on numerous leads. The inevitability of their capture is certain. However, I would like to speed it up. And these are people that live in a world of no honor. And one of them is the inevitability of one of them rolling is certain. And so what I'm trying to do is to tell the guy, look, there's a felony murder law in Arizona. If you participate in a felony that ends up in the death of in someone's death, whether or not you pulled the trigger, you are as guilty of murder as the guy that pulled the trigger. And what I'm saying to him is, the noose is tightening. Let's end this. Come on in, tell us who did it, and you're going to have somebody advocating on your side. The Arizona Constitution has a Victim's Bill of Rights that gives the victim, and unfortunately I can only speak for my son, a lot of power or a lot of input in the process. We participate in plea negotiations. We get to speak at every hearing. I will do everything that I can that assures that you see the light of day again if you come in and tell.
Can I ask you, though, just how tough it is, though, to think that you may have to actually help someone who was involved in the commission of a crime that got your son killed?
Emotionally and intellectually, it's difficult, but I'll do anything for my son and for justice in this case.
Michelle, can I ask you, what do you think of the fact that your dad is making this plea?
I completely support it. I agree with him. I just want to find out who did this to my brother, and I just want some justice.
And Katie, if I could ask you, what kind of brother was Zach?
To say my brother was a hard worker was a complete understatement. Like, no matter what time of day I called him, he was always whispering on the phone because he was in the library or in class, and he was a really great brother. Like, he pushed us to our full potential because he wanted what was best for us, and he wanted us to have a good life.
Dan, I know time is of the essence here in trying to apprehend these killers. Have you had any time, I know you said you're not sleeping at all, but have you had any time to really grieve yet?
I am in a constant grieving process, but look, my son was one of the most driven and focused individuals that I've ever met in my entire life. And what I'm doing now is less than he would have done for me. I know it. So that is grief.
If you could make, I guess, one plea to these killers who are out there right now, what exactly would you say to either the shooter, the accomplice? If they happen to be watching, what would you say to them right now? I'd
say the inevitability of your capture is certain. The blessing of coming in and getting this off your conscience, they don't have a conscience. Who am I kidding? You have a very small window, and a very small opportunity that's being offered to you. Come in, because this is it. If the police have to catch you, if the police have to arrest you, all bets are off, and trust me, as hard as I'd work for you, I will work against you. And right now you're looking at life in prison and potentially execution depending on the circumstances of this case. Come in now, because this is it. This is your one chance. Dan, Katie, Michelle, again, our condolences, and we do thank you for talking with us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we wish you the best.